feel that the two things that Saudi did really well in the last 5 years, one, they did the hard things. They didn't shy away from doing social reform. They didn't shy away from doing the things that were just holding the society back, right? Now, we run a ride-hailing business, and until 6 years ago or 5 years ago, women were not able to drive in Saudi. Right? The women participation in the workforce was 5%. There were so many things that were holding those things back. But among other things, they said, we'll make this happen, we'll make this happen, we'll make this happen, we'll make this happen. And they actually did a lot of hard things that there was a lot of political will required to make it happen. When the Vision 2030 was launched for the first time, there were a lot of skeptics. One, there was wasn't sure if they'll have the fiscal space to pull this off just because the oil prices were not where they are today. But there was also a question mark, do they have the political will to push through these very difficult changes that are required to pull this off? But as we know, they've actually over-delivered on those promises. Women participation in the workforce was supposed to be at 30% in 2030. It is already at 35%. I think the first thing that Saudi did really well, they didn't shy away from doing hard things that were holding society and the economy back. I think the second, similar to what I said a little bit earlier, they really inspired young people, as you mentioned, right? I remember there was a lot of pessimism in Saudi 5-6 years ago as well. You know, they've been dependent on oil and gas, and with all of the things that are happening on electric cars, this and that, there was a lot of question marks on what's going to happen to Saudi in the future. And I remember when they came out with Vision 2030, they really put a lot of people at ease. They basically, in the words of Khan Sahab, "Ghabrana nahi hai. Don't worry, yes, this is going to be a little bit challenging, but we have so much more things that we can do, right? We have uranium reserves, we have these reserves, we have Hajj and Umrah, we have this, we have that." And they literally laid down a plan from then until 2030 of things that will happen to make sure that Saudi emerges on the other end as a diversified, advanced, developed economy. And that created a lot of inspiration, right? That created a lot of momentum. And the fact that they've been delivering on that vision creates a lot of excitement and encouragement among everyone else that is a part of it. So they did the hard things and they came out with a bold vision and are implementing the bold vision with a lot of rigor and intensity. A lot to be learned from it.